And this is the first guy, the first administration that started like, hey, let's look where our money's being spent. I mean, that is bananas.
I know.
Especially supporting politicians through the years, this, that, and the other. I'm like, why didn't you people look for this? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, this is it's.
But I don't know if we could have done it at least as effectively as Musk can do it because of AI.
True.
I mean, in 3 years from now, the AI we have going over the budget, it's going to be.
Yeah.
We're going to know everything
Even
about these
doing
politicians.
my ticketing thing, I've been doing research for years, have hired attorneys at certain points, people to get info, this, that, and the other. Sometimes I always don't give it to you in their yearly reports.
Yeah.
This, that, and the other.
Not now.
AI. It's all there.
You worried about art with AI?
Not really.
Do you know
everybody else is?
There's a group that has tested 500,000 songs and ranked them. Out of the top 10, the top 5 are AI songs.
Yeah, we better get better as songwriters.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, the way I figured, I actually met with a young man that and had some other prominent musicians and record heads to have an off-the-record conversation about AI and music. And the app's called Suno. And it's bananas because it's pretty dang good. And
for writing music?
It produces music. See, what Spotify's doing is a lot of their, they have to pay money every time they play one of our songs. They're creating tons of. You put on
that sounds like
a beach playlist that has 100 songs. 20 of those songs might be by some artist you never heard of because AI created it. They don't got to pay anybody.
Wow.
But are they using our stuff to make it? Yeah. But the way I looked at it is I looked at like Napster when that started, and I was like, what's going on? And all the artists were up in arms, and the record companies wanted us to get behind. They're stealing, they're pirating music, and I'm like, hold on, are they stealing from the record companies? Like stealing from everybody. I'm like. Good. I care less. I make all my money live. But now with AI, I'm like, so I'm asking this guy, and I'm like, so I can give you some acapellas of my vocals, and you can model my voice, and then you can put it on your system, and however many people want to write songs for me with my voice can write them. He's like, yep. I'm like,
that's kind of
cool.
So
I could have like 100,000 people writing. Now there's going to be some funny ones in there, like, Kid Rock, Joe Biden, like, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like, I get it.
Right.
I'll laugh at those. But let's say I got 1 million people writing songs for me. If one of those person nails it and they come up with this, with this life-changing song.
It's great.
I go play it live.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not seeing the evil in here yet, which the record companies and managers get all the artists up in arms about. We're not going to stop it. I know that much.
No.
You are not going to stop it.
No.
So it's like, let's figure out how we use it as a new tool the best, like anything else in life.
Who is the influence in your life musically? I mean, you've worked with almost everybody, and you're weird. You break all of the rules. You've rap, country.
Isn't that what rock and roll's supposed to be?
Yeah, it is. But nobody does that. So what was your musical influence?
It was everything. I mean, the real big ones at the top was, my parents' record collection when I was young. That was just all great classic rock and, not real country, more outlaw country music, whether it's, like I said, the Whalens and things like that, the Eagles and stuff like that. Of course, Bob Seger's, religion growing up and still is in my household. So proud to call him a friend. But then when I got into hip hop, that changed everything for me. The early stuff, but it was really like when stuff went mainstream, like Run DMC and everything from that era. And then I didn't figure it out until I was older. I was like, there's literally been, outside if you want to go back to like Celtic music, which created, this and that and the other. But American music is like basically jazz and blues spawned everything. Everything. Until hip hop came along. And once rap came along, it was like, that has its fingerprints on every form of music now since then. So I didn't get to witness the birth of the blues or really, the 50s and 60s and stuff, but I got to witness that. And to me, it kind of has a lot of parallels with blues and jazz, like what hip hop's done. Now, do I like a lot of the new hip hop? No, I don't. I'm more old school hip hop guy, but that's because I'm old. I would assume.
Right. What are the parallels?
That blues and jazz spawned everything up until hip hop. And now hip hop has its fingerprints on everything. I don't care if it's country music, rock and roll music, whatever. There's tinges of hip hop all over it, just like any of those records up until, up until the late 70s or wherever when hip hop started, 80s started coming in, they were all had the touches of jazz and blues on them. Whether it was soul music, whether it was rock and roll, whether it was country or whatever.
So were you into that?
What's that?
Blues and
I was. I mean, I would listen to those records. I would listen to music all the time. But then when hip hop really came, I started more to emulate it. You know, even though I had that rock and roll, we had a piano and there was an old guitar laying around. I would noodle here and there, and then screwed up my mom's aerobics turntable trying to scratch records. So my parents had no clue what I was doing with any of this. You know, in Romeo, Michigan, there was not.
Right. Did you have the talk with your parents or anybody in your family of this isn't really a career? It's a good little.
My whole life.
Yeah.
I didn't go to college. I barely made it out of high school. I was so focused on music. Yeah, I was. Well, it was. Can't he just do this as a hobby on the weekends?
I got the same thing. Yeah. I got the same thing. I was doing radio when I was 13 years old, and I got the speeches.
13?
Yeah, I got the speeches from my family, and, this is a nice hobby, but, it's probably not going to work out for you. I'm like, well.
Sometimes the best motivation, is it not?
Exactly right.
Elon showed me this new AI thing. I posted this thing. Did you see that? Yeah. That's just fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just trolling people having fun.
How much of Elon is a troll? Like, I see Grok, and then, what is it, insane or something?
No, unhinged.
Unhinged Grok.
It's genius. And the balls to do that at that level, like no corporate entity.
No, it's like he's 12. He's the smartest, richest man. And then there are times he's like, I'm just going to screw it. I don't
can
care.
relate.
It's so great. Nobody does that. Nobody does that.
I think it's that's I get the trolling thing. I get it. But I think it's I would call it more non-conforming.
I think why I like the Tesla, what is the truck? Cybertruck.
Yeah, I got one.
Do you?
I love it.
I love it. Everybody says it's ugly, and I'm like, that's, I think, part of the point. It's completely different.
Wrapped mine is a General Lee. Looks awesome.
Oh, that's great. That's great. It's just, he's not conforming ever.
No.
He's just not doing it.
So he's also pushing the boundaries, but in an unbelievable way. He's changing so many things for the better for so many people. I mean, just making lives better. At the end of the day, that's what it is. You mean to tell me you can't have some fun while you're doing that?
Yeah.
I mean, that to me is when people get too serious and take themselves too serious. It looks miserable.
How concerned are you? Are you up on the AI, artificial general intelligence, or
that's all I use.
Singularity?
I don't use Google search anymore.
Yeah,
I use AI.
Yeah, Grok.
I am now.
Yeah.
I didn't see that unhinged thing till Sunday. I was like, he literally just took I was using ChatGPT. He literally just took all their users, and they're like, what?
I know.
So I can actually get the info I want, but I can also have some like complete bonkers fun with this.
Yeah.
I'm like, right there, he wins. I'm like, and I invested in Tesla a while back, and I am not the electric car guy. I'm the muscle car, this, that, and the other. Too. My car collection, I'm like, I'd get one, and I got that thing, and I was like, oh my God, my mind's blown. I told him, I don't think you created the greatest farm truck ever. I doubt you and your engineers were thinking of this. I'm like, but as someone who has a farm and likes to hunt and likes the outdoors, I'm like, I don't drive my Can-Am anymore, my Polaris. I got a long gun locked in the front. I got my pistol here. If I see a skunk or a coyote that we trapped or something, I drive by wild turkeys or deer. That'd be a 10-point buck sitting there. That thing won't even move. It doesn't know what that car is. It makes no noise. It's just sitting there. I'm like, and it goes anywhere. It goes right up and down my mountains, no problem. I'm like, he goes, yeah, we didn't design it for that.
What a surprise.
Never know how someone's going to use
I know.
new technology.